that, but we're pleased to welcome now Stacy Brantley, president of the Citizens Bank. Stacy, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me here today.
You bet. So this is a fantastic event, and just looking through the list of speakers here, really relevant topics from experts in the financial industry.
Absolutely. When you've got Mickey Bowman here from the Federal Reserve and people of her caliber, it's a great representation of banking leadership here at this conference.
Yeah. Well, we had Gordon Fellows on earlier, the president of the Mississippi Bankers Association in Mississippi. He reports that the banking industry in Mississippi is thriving, that the quality of portfolios and loans are looking good, that the demand for loans is good. Everything's strong, looking good.
I would agree, and Mississippi definitely has a strong banking community and environment. Being 2 years in the state as a transplant, it's been interesting to see just the strength of the banking industry as a whole here. So many strong, well capitalized, and good community banks here in the state.
Yeah, and our economy has been pretty stable. We don't really realize lots of spikes, but we don't have lots of drop-offs either that you do in states where there's a concentration of industries that can be a bit volatile. We have a strong agriculture industry, and they, as you know, rely heavily on our banks to operate their businesses.
Yeah, no bust, no boom, but it's been really exciting for myself, and I'm sure for many bankers here in the state, to see the industrial announcements that we've had over the last couple of years,
yeah,
and the interest that we're seeing in industrial development in the state of Mississippi, and that's a credit to the leadership of the state.
Yeah, well, we have an environment, I think, that is conducive to operating a business, either starting a business or expanding a business. We have relatively low taxes. We have a friendly regulatory environment. It's the federal government that we need to get a little help from.
No, I absolutely agree, and I think Mississippi's a sweet spot that's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, we're excited. All right, so the election, I know your industry's got to be talking about what does this mean for the industry from a regulatory perspective, from a tax perspective. What are you hearing?
I think a lot of people anticipate that the regulatory environment, especially in terms of the compliance side, consumer compliance, may change some, but that there's obviously we're all committed to strong compliance and consumer protections anyway, but we are interested to see what type of policy changes we may be facing. But it's kind of like I told my son, who was a little nervous about the election a couple of days ago, that whatever the outcome was, we had to get up and go to work and serve our customers, serve our communities. But we are hopeful that the environment for business as a whole improves.
Yeah, a little less restrictive. I mean, I said earlier that some of the compliance requirements, or reporting requirements, I should say, that you guys have to comply with, it's almost as if the federal government wants you to be a meteorologist, because you've got to do some of this climate change risk reporting and so forth. Sometimes you look at regulation that comes down the pike and you just kind of wonder where it's coming from. But, I will say this. We are extremely fortunate in Mississippi to have banking regulators that are great partners for our industry in the state, under Commissioner Kelly and her team, and also with our FDIC regulators as well. So we are fortunate to have regulators who are in tune with what's going on in the industry and that are good partners. And as far as the bank, Citizens Bank, is concerned, you've got some plans to expand your footprint and a new facility here in Oxford, right? We are.
We're in the process. Our team has grown here. Obviously, this market's growing. It's an exciting market. It's an exciting time here in Oxford. We're getting ready to build a new facility, and we're really excited about that, to put a bigger, better foot forward here in the community, and excited about the team that we have together here in Oxford as well.
Well, I've met a number of your team, and they all seem to be outstanding individuals. I think you're blessed in that respect. I know you rely on them quite a bit to make everything work.
Absolutely. I think we talked about it last year. The people are what makes it go, and we've got good people here and throughout our footprint. So yes.
The industry overall across the nation, anything special to report there? I think there was a lot of doom and gloom predictions, dire predictions that didn't seem to materialize.
It's funny you say that. When you ask me what may be different going forward, I don't know what policies may change and that type of stuff, but I do think we're going to see a renewed sense of optimism.
I agree.
And I think that is so important when it comes to investors investing and the opportunities that creates for working people, but also for banks to
to get out and lend money and raise deposits, and we're excited about that aspect of it. I do think there's been a lot of money that's been on the sideline. People looking at projects that hopefully this will be a good catalyst to get them out and investing.
Stacy, appreciate you coming on. Stacy Brantley, president of the Citizens Bank. Appreciate it.
Gerard, thank you for having me here.
You bet. Folks, that's a wrap here today from Oxford. The University of Mississippi Banking Symposium at the Oxford Conference Center continues, but we're done for the day. We'll be down at Camp Shelby at the Mississippi Armed Forces Museum on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Until then, stay safe.